Now in the semifinals, where we have Sam Black on Mox Diamond Control.
Interesting name. And
with Alex Purdy on Dreadnought. You've seen both these players in the feature match before. So for those of you who have been tuned in for most of this broadcast, you will have seen some of those core plans.
How are you feeling about this matchup?
Good question. I feel like Sam's deck is well prepared to interact with the core Stifle Knot combo. The card Abeyance in particular is extremely strong against Stifle Knot. If you resolve Abeyance in response to a Dreadnought, you draw a card and your opponent loses their Dreadnought, which strikes me as absolutely devastating for the Dreadnought player. Sam, did you get a chance to do any testing for this tournament in advance of it?
Very little bit, but yeah, played some games last night at Sam's house.
Did you play against this deck when you were testing?
Yep.
And how did you feel from the Dreadnought side?
I felt favored.
You felt favored?
Yeah. I think like what you said is very true, but it's not hard to just hold up a counterspell for the Abeyance.
Right.
And it really seems like whoever gets early tempo, whoever gets a 2-for-1 first is going to win.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of your deck containing cards that are overall a little bit cheaper, Sam obviously has Mox Diamond, which represents acceleration, but a lot of the Dreadnought deck costs 1 mana, which is a huge advantage. Looks like both players have kept 7, and so we're seeing a portent from Alex here.
Keeping the order, not shuffling.
Yep.
Looks like it's a foil he drew. Both players' hands look reasonable from what I can tell.
Yep. Kinds of the interaction you want. So Sam has Swords of Plowshares.
Tithe is a really nice draw there.
Yeah, especially being on the draw.
And the diamond in hand, that's going to be really bad if it resolves for Alex.
Yeah, it sounds like... Yeah. We have a very powerful Tithe turn here.
We'll see if he goes for it, though.
It just seems like we're going to pitch this Treva's Ruins.
Okay.
And there's a Tithe.
Playing around days with the Mox Diamond. Smart.
Yeah. Yep. So, for those of you not as familiar with this card, Tithe allows you to go get 2 planes, or 1 planes out of your deck. But if your opponent has more lands than you get an additional planes. Now, in other formats, those can be non-basic planes, but here in pre-modern, the only card with type planes is just basic planes.
So there are literally no duels in the format then, or typed duels.
There are no type duels.
Yeah.
Wizards didn't really print all that many type duels until Ravnica. The only type duels in the whole game were just the OG Abir duels, and Shocklands were really were quite revolutionary.
Yeah.
Of course, we've seen a lot more type duels since then, and those have made up mana bases and form dependencies for mana bases working with things like check lands and lots of other kinds of lands. And we just see a planes being played from Sam in a pass. And here's Mishra's Factory from Alex and a pass back. If you're in Alex's seat, what are you thinking here? What's your plan? What are you trying to do to engineer this game? What kind of state are you trying to engineer this game to? You're just digging for a Dreadnought and then trying to find piece of interaction and find your spot to deploy it, or?
I mean that could work, but I think more likely is he's going to try to find things like Gush. To pull ahead in this game.
So if you impulsed here and you saw Dreadnought, Gush, and 2 other cards you wouldn't take, you'd feel pretty tempted to take the Gush over the Dreadnought?
I would be. Yeah. So, Sam just has so much interaction in his deck. Doing the Dreadnought thing's not going to be very reliable. Workshop or Factory is really good for him here too.
Yeah, but another important thing here. 4 mana for Sam's deck represents Factor Fiction, which is an absolutely critical spell to either resolve or have countered. Luke in chat pointing out that from the Dreadnought side, your plan is to counter Factor Fiction to a certain extent. All right, it's a trade up on mana. your interaction for Sam's card advantage spells.
It looks like Sam doesn't have one from what we can see in the hand. Also, he may have done it in the end step with the 4-mana up last turn, so looks like there's no Factor Fiction, but
Yep.
I do see an Intuition, I think, or something like that.
Yep, definitely. There's an intuition.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And a Gush, like
A lot of options there. And on Alex's side,
Druid Dreadnought.
counterspell, land, and Dreadnought.
Important, it looks like.
Okay, is he equipped to deploy this Dreadnought here?
I don't see a Stifle or anything.
Important. You shuffle this. Oh, Flash of Insight, though. Do you shuffle this?
Probably. If he doesn't have a Stifle for his Dreadnought, I don't know why he would want another Dreadnought.
Yeah. I agree. I think I agree. I think Flash of Insight is
Oh, yeah.
really powerful in this matchup.
That's the other card, other than Gush, that'll pull him ahead.
But yeah, I think shuffling here makes sense. You just don't want to see that second. You don't want to see another Dreadnought, and you don't really want to see just more lands.
I will say, like, having 2 counterspells in Alex's hand is leaning towards me favoring him in this matchup right now. What does the Intuition get? Do you know, Fritz?
It's kind of a pretty broad toolbox. So Sam's deck is fairly finisher light, so you can intuition for things like
Triple Island is what you're going to say, right?
yeah, Triple Island is definitely what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Like, intuition can get a lot of cards. Notably, intuition has a favorable interaction with Gaia's Blessing, in that you can put Gaia's Blessing in your graveyard, because technically those cards, when they're revealed to your opponent, are in your library still as a zone. So when your opponent chooses a non-Gaia's Blessing card to put in your hand, that's going to trigger Gaia's Blessing and shuffle your graveyard in.
That's interesting.
There's also a copy of Deep Analysis in the main.
Ooh.
So there's some spice. There's some spice available here. Intuition does a lot of things. We'd have to look at the entire deck list.
Hardcasting Gush.
That's how we do it.
Here comes Counterspell.
Do you counter this? Is this enough cards to be worth countering?
I would definitely counter it if I was in his spot, but I don't know the correct answer. But I would. Like, drawing 2 cards is just really good. For, like, you're up a card off your 1 card. And all of your, like, counter spells are 1-for-1s, and if you're up a card and you're 1-for-1ing, you're going to be favored.
True. There's something to say, though. There's something to say that, like, there's a limited set of cards that actually matter in the card advantage counts, right?
This is true.
Like, and we saw there that Sam drew a Mox Diamond and a land. And while those may, bear out as being relevant as the game goes later.
I mean, the land is really good for him. He also just, like, has another Gush in his hand.
Exactly, yeah. And the more lands you have, the more times you can cast Gaia's Blessing without fear. And so we're going to see the first Gaia's Blessing of this game cast.
I am pretty surprised that he didn't counter. You think it's correct, though?
Given the composition of Alex's hand, I don't think I would counter. Though maybe you're just supposed to, just because you just need to, like, find time to dig for your second combo piece.
Yeah, we'll see how this one plays out.
Gush for Alex. Let's see. So we're seeing some asymmetry here in this matchup. One player hard casting Gush.
Yeah.
The other casting it for its alternate cost on turn 6.
Hopefully he doesn't have to discard too many cards to hand size here. He's probably looking for a piece for his Dreadnought.
Luke in chat says, let's see. thinking back, I really don't like not taking that flash. So when Alex saw that flash of Insight off Portland, maybe that is the card that is just crucial for sculpting a hand composition.
Right, and
That
I mean
that just lets you just shove with Dreadnought and
his other two cards
force it
off the Portland were pretty bad, and like the
True.
flash actually does let you just put
Clear
on
them,
the bottom,
yeah.
which I didn't think about. So yeah, maybe.
and maybe even like flash on your own upkeep so that you like get a live draw step.
Yeah. This is an interesting spot for Alex.
I mean, from both sides, this is a incredibly skill testing matchup, I think.
I played a fun game with Alex, and he seemed to be a pretty good player. So, you know, I don't know who's favored. They're both really strong players, from what I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, in other formats, like Alex, and Noah mentioned this earlier, Alex cashed in Vegas. You're like top 128 of the RC.
Wow.
So, Pre-Ron is not the only format. Obviously, being strong in Magic translates.
So I got Diamond Pass.
And now we're just seeing a
Standstill.
yeah, Casey. Yeah, Alex is a strong player. Yeah, just picking up a new format and a new deck. Interesting here. Sam just has 8 permanents to Alex's 5, right? And so we're starting to see like, the average mana value of cards in Sam's deck is higher, right? But when you have twice as many resources in play,
Yeah.
that starts to become that's not nearly as much of a problem. And here we go with Abeyance on declare attackers. So I assume this is just to clear the way. This is just to clear the way for a card like Swords of Plowshares.
Yeah. Looks like he's trying to swords, which is pretty reasonable. If you're Alex here, are you freaking out about this?
I wouldn't be freaking out. It's just it's concerning, obviously, because this is like not a battle you'd expect Sam to be fighting at this point, right?
I think the scariest part is that he's going to get to resolve his intuition or gush or both without a qualm.
That's also very much true. And then Sam gonna gush and presumably trying to find one of those powerful card advantage spells that you mentioned.
Then this really feels like it's
and
Sam's favored now, right?
Yeah, and again, the other thing here is just like Mishra's Factor being an artifact creature can be Vision Charm to be saved, but that gets totally turned off here. So that's another thing that happens here. But yeah, just all right. Here's my draw spell.
Oof. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, and this Nether Spirit is just brutal. So for those of you at home who have never played with or against Nether Spirit is a 2/2 for 3. At the beginning of your upkeep, if it's the only creature card in your graveyard, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. Notably, the only creature card in Sam's deck.
Really?
So that Nether Spirit is just a 2/2. It's in the graveyard, comes back. It can jump block, it can attack and be bolted,
That's an interesting card.
and it's just going to come back.
What is Sam's win con then, if that's his only creature?
There are 2 copies of, I think, well, we can view the deck list. There are 2 copies, I believe the last time when we played this deck at the Misty event, there were 2 copies of, nope, 1 copy of Decree of Justice.
I see.
And
Wow.
that's it. That's
Very
the only
win con light, yeah.
But again, the win con is 3
Guy's
copies of
Blessing.
Guy's Blessing.
Yeah.
You can just play a longer game than any other deck in the format. But post board, there's Masticore and Meddling Mage.
So another Spirit returning to play here.
Oh, that's funny. That's a fun thing you can do. But yeah, another Spirit in play.
Triple foil in hand.
And almost 12 mana to cast all those foils. Currently
Yep.
only 7 because of the gush that was cast last turn. But just, we're just well into hard cast foil range.
He's firing off another intuition.
There's another, yep, just another intuition. And every time Sam resolves one of these tutors or like intuitions or factor fictions, that's just more card advantage, and the game just gonna start slipping away from Alex.
His best bet at this point, Alex, that is to like sneak in a dreadnought and have a lot of protection and hope that he can't like stop it. Sam can't stop it.
Yeah, I just worry that we're already at the point where we're already past the point where that's possible in this game.
For sure, past.
And
that
here we
point.
go, and just intuition for cards that say draw a card on them.
Yep. Stuff that Alex didn't draw the like stifle or the vision charm for his double dreadnought in hand all game.
Yeah, not finding both A plus B makes this pretty awkward, considering there's just a foil and there's a wealth of counter magic available, but nothing for it to back up.
I wonder if the round was timed, if Alex would just concede here to try to get the game 3 in on time.
Or just like go home and have an hour at home where you can make yourself a pot of tea, scroll Twitter or whatever, respond to people on Discord who would message you during this tournament, congratulating you in your top 8. It seems likely that we're just going to see Nether Spirit just attack a bunch of times.
Yep. Alex doesn't have like 3/3s in his deck to block or anything. It's Dreadnought or nothing. I suppose he can like factory pump, but
yeah. I wouldn't describe Nether Spirit. No one, I think, would ever describe Nether Spirit as a blazing fast clock, but it will end the game in 11 turns.
Yep. What deck do you play in pre-modern?
My favorite deck that I've played, I really like the interactive survival decks. I used to play Black-Green Survival, and I think it was the person who did the best at LobsterCon with it.
Nice.
But that deck has more or less unsolvable weaknesses against Enchantress in particular, and also I know Replenish is also not a very particularly good matchup. And so I've been experimenting with other survival decks. I really like Allurn right now, and I'm always looking to try and cast Cabal Therapy. So experimenting in that mono black space.
Nice. Yeah, Cabal Therapy is a really fun card. Skill testing.
Yeah, it's fun to think about what you lose to, cast, and your opponent has 2 copies copies of that card in their hand.
Yep.
And just having that information about what your opponent's cooking with allows you to calculate very precisely.
Okay, so we drew the Vision Charm for the Dreadnought, but obviously we're not running it into his 15 open mana.
Yeah. And yeah, just Nether Spirit's going to attack.
Nine more turns.
Yeah. We'll talk about sideboards when we get through this first game. And chaining the Nether Spirit. And Sam's like, yeah, that resolves.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing that just because he doesn't want to discard to hand size.
Right. And Sam does want to discard a hand size. Saving 2 life.
Yeah, it's a whole turn apparently. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we're going to have to watch this unfold, but it seems very bad for Alex. It's not going to end quickly, though. Sam with the triple foil.
Yep. And yeah, just firing off these chains.
For hand size, yeah.
And Sam just not really interested in fighting over Chain of Vapor.
No.
Not a thing that matters here. and their scroll rack. Is that? It feels like Alex maybe should fight over this.
For what reason? Like what cards in Sam's deck are going to allow him to have multiple cards in hand to put back with scroll rack? Like, there's no Sylvan library, right?
Tithe is the big problem.
Sure.
So you just have and gush. So you have a bunch of ways of putting just random garbage in your hand that doesn't actually meaningfully interact.
Looks like Alex
and then
agrees.
You just dig a billion cards to find meaningful interaction.
Yeah.
It also is a huge problem with Gaia's Blessing. It lets you like stack your deck. It just lets you see like 14 cards every turn, and that's just a lot worse than you ever having 7. So, and Sam, I think Sam and Alex both agree this card's important.
Yeah.
And so we're going to see an exchange of counterspell and foil, and potentially, I think Sam might go for a gush here just to resolve this scroll rack. I'm not sure if you do want to like pitch cast foil to resolve this. Again, Sam built this deck. Sam understands the deep, intricate workings of it, and yeah, it's just really this scroll rack is just crucial here. And Sam still has 7 cards in hand. Scroll rack in play, Nether Spirit in play. 4 mana untapped. And still 8 mana to 5.
Okay, here comes the 12-12.
So running out this Dreadnought. And this might just be kind of a Hail Mary.
I think it is. He knows that he doesn't have much time to close the game.
So we got cards to put back. Keeping this Plowshares in hand and keeping this foil in hand.
Potentially the island too if he wanted, but nope, he's going to put that back.
Counter and stifle every blessing angle, or is it just not possible? Yeah, that's notable. Imagine you're on the Dreadnought side and you're trying to play this matchup where it's like your whole plan is to just like, whoa, we got some stuff happening. Just to prevent Gaia's Blessing from ever putting any cards back in Sam's library. So Sam only gets 1 bite at the apple.
That's interesting.
I wonder if it works though. Like, it seems like Sam has more tools to just force you to just deck out.
I think because Sam is the player who gets to pick when he does the blessing, it really like.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. If you're Sam Black, then yeah, I think that's gonna be hard, especially once the jig is up on that. I think Abayances make it hard. I also think Scroll Rack is another piece, because Scroll Rack also stops you from decking, since you can on every draw step you can put your final card that's in your deck on top of your library. I also think Nether Spirit plus foil makes it hard too, because it just gives you a 2/2, and you're not threat dense enough and counterspell dense enough in the Dreadnought deck to be able to both fight over Gaia's Blessing and fight to protect your threats. And you need to like do both, and so you need to have both angles. And so we have a Stifle on the Dreadnought, and then we're just sitting with some, I guess, multiple layers of protection, 3 layers of protection, which in most games of pre-modern, that's a lot, right? That's enough to get you over the finish line. But with Sam with 7 cards in hand plus a scroll rack, I think we're just going to see some spells be cast that are
The Abeyance
cause problems, and just Abeyance. And now you just have to you're just forced into countering this.
Yep. Unless he chooses to phase out his Dreadnought, which is somewhat reasonable. But
actually, that's the better response. Yeah.
I mean, you're still down a card if you do that. It's not great.
It's true, but I think that's just what you have to go for here.
I don't know. I'd probably try the counter and then like Hill Swords and phase it out in response.
You think the Vision Charm is a higher value than the counterspell?
Yeah. I mean, just because like you Vision Charm. Sure, your guy is safe, but Sam hasn't even used his sword, so like it's still their next turn.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just like going to my upkeep I think if I'm in Alex's seat, I just want to go to my upkeep and not have to worry about this.
Hmm.
But maybe going down. You're right. Like Sam going up a card here is just too bad. And so yeah, we see is Alex fighting over this? What's happening here? We're racking. Okay, rack 1, 2, 3, 4,
All those
5,
lands.
6. Racking 7.
Certainly he keeps foiling his hand, right?
Yeah, maybe even island just in case. But
Yeah. And swords, right?
I think you rack 5. I think you rack all the guy's blessing and the okay, keeping the island. That's very. I think that's pretty conservative.
Yeah, very conservative. I've never met a more conservative player than Sam Black. We play a lot of CDH with him, and he's always doing like very, very super safe plays.
Yep. Yeah. You don't have to be bloodthirsty.
No, it's just
You can be You can be very, very ruthful and just
it's part of why Magic is fun. You get
take
to
more game actions, net more percentage points because you're better than your opponent. And here's absorb.
on the counter spell.
So absorbing the counter spell, and we're gonna get a stack built up here. And Alex has a decision: is this worth foiling? And the answer is no way. I mean, I
He
don't.
loses this game either way. He kind of just has to like hope that Sam has nothing else.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Just it's break done 14 cards. It's a counter spell. So absorb gets countered. Sam back to 20. And maybe just go for Vision Charm now. No, Abeyance resolves.
and then he swords and
And there's Plowshares. And
scoop him up. Go next.
then Alex at 30. And then, yep, we're going to bless back.
We were talking about survival of the fittest earlier. I think that the elf deck that uses survival is very cool in this format.
Oh, Elves is great. Yeah, highly recommend getting some reps in with that deck. There's also actually like true creative control builds of that deck too, where you go less hard on the elves on the elf typal synergies, and you just play a bunch of creatures and play cradles and still go for mana denial, but don't have the ability to produce explosive amounts of mana, or at least like
Yeah.
as much mana.
Yeah. Okay, alt cast gush.
Yep. Gushing.
Resolves.
And we get Vision Charm Portent.
Sam has tapped out. This is a pretty good window if he can do something, but it doesn't look like his hand has a whole lot.
Yeah, there's.
I mean, he can like.
This
Vision
seems like a tied matchup there if there ever was one.
Is he gonna try to mill him out? No, he's
No,
gonna.
important. I think important makes sense here.
Yeah, you can't mill out a guy's blessing deck, right?
No. It feels like Alex is like under the gun from too many angles right now. Under pressure from the life total from Nether Spirit, under pressure from just cards in library. You know, every draw spell
Yeah.
that's cast on Alex's side is just one viewer card that Sam has to wait for Alex to draw.
I don't know. Maybe Chet can roast me on this, but I will say if he counterspelled the gush, it seems like he would be in a much better spot. Instead of,
I mean, as in Sam would have found this scroll rack 2 turns later.
I mean, you just don't know what they're gonna draw off the gush. Even like the fact that he drew Mox Time and land, like those are playable
Sure.
cards. Even if they weren't, doesn't mean you shouldn't. Have,
Sure.
You know, hindsight's always 20/20.
Yeah, you can stifle guys' blessing triggers. The question is,
So maybe that's his out. It's
well,
like-
but then again, you can stifle the triggers and you can counter the spells, right? But I think we talked about this earlier too. It's just like if
Sam's
you do
gonna-
that, if you do
Sam's
that,
gonna-
then you're just gonna face down like a cycle decree of justice, or you're gonna face down like a Nether Spirit that was discarded to foil or discarded a hand size. And here's Foff. So more Foffs. Both players just sitting with 7 cards in hand, 7+ cards.
Are we countering this? We are not. Maybe he is going for this Vision Charm plan. If he's not countering Factor Fiction or anything.
Try and get Sam in a state in which there's
Not enough cards in his deck. He mills him out with the Vision Charm.
right, but that would trigger Gaia's Blessing is the issue.
He's got to stifle it, apparently.
You gotta stifle one or more Gaia's Blessings.
And then have your Stifle not get countered by Sam's Grip of Interaction.
Yeah.
No, it's not looking great. But what's your pile here? Let's see.
Abeyance
is really bad for us.
I'm piling a. I feel like I'm piling. Oh, Abeyance Blessing. Interesting. I am piling Intuition. I'm piling Intuition Plow. Wait, not Intuition and Plowshares. Maybe it's no. It might be Intuition and Swords. No, that can't be right. It's 2 relevant spells. Could be Intuition and Blessing versus the other cards. That's the most asymmetric pile.
I mean, Swords has been in Sam's hand the entire game and not done anything.
Right. And so maybe you can do Intuition, Swords, and then the other cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it depends on what plan you're on, right? Like, if the mill plan is live, then yeah, you just want to.
So like he has 3 swords right now.
And now we're just back. But the thing is, now we've just resolved a Gaia's Blessing trigger, and so now we're so far from that, and Sam's only got 12 more turns.
Only 12.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, maybe Alex is made of sterner stuff, but like, this is the type of game where I don't understand. I don't know. Like I'm starting to like run out of reasonable plans here from the Stifle Knot side. I mean, one of them, if you can take Flash, if you put Flash up inside of my hand, that's a plan that I like.
Flash looking really good here. Sad that he has to bottom the other one to the bottom of his deck, but it's funny he's organizing those just in case he draws that far.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
It's what it's about. Maybe you find important. Those are your 4 shuffles. You kids playing Modern Magic.
Fetching all the time.
Fetching all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
No. There's a reason they put the cards on the bottom in any order on impulse. It's because it matters.
True. I mean, if you do it 10 times, suddenly you're at the same spot. Okay, countering that. That's interesting.
Same thing with, you're familiar with like recross the paths in like Manaless Dredge, or like in like Belcher decks in Modern from years past, right?
Yeah. I'm surprised he countered Flash of Insight on X's too. It seems pretty surprising to me.
Yeah, Barnaby T. Jones. In terms of I really like playing Magic. I really love playing Magic, in fact. But there are certain kinds of games that I will play where I would rather be doing something else.
Yeah.
And this feels pretty close to one of them.
I mean, I said scoop it up like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Hey, Sam, you want to hold down the fort for a second? I'm gonna
do it.
Go do some important things.
Another Spirit for 2. Comes Flash for a lot, probably. Probably looking for card advantage pieces, more flashes, another gush. Sam's hand is like very dead. Luckily he has Scroll Rack, but those swords aren't working very well right now. Same with Wrath of God. Gush or Dreadnought. I like Gush personally, but it looks like Alex chooses the Dreadnought into the triple swords and Wrath, so that's not great. Oh, change your mind? No. Okay, he's reorganizing it. Yeah, I totally agree with like saving your brain power. I mean, maybe Alex has more than I do, but I don't know if I'd be playing this game right now. Okay, workshop or factory rather. Decent draw actually does block another spirit, but once again, swords will come down.
All right, Sam, what'd I miss?
He flashed and got a Dreadnought, and now he's playing factory.
Okay. Yeah. Factory is actually fantastic here.
Until it just gets swords.
Completely arrests this Nether Spirit beatdown.
Well, not blocking with it. It's just, a sign of, I don't know. He had a good read on that swords for sure. He's not blocking with the factory.
Yeah. Tithe. And I can't count. I can't count past the number of fingers that I have on both my hands.
Sam has 9. Alex has 8.
So this is just a cycling for plain cycling a Tithe. Oh yeah, good point. It's summoning sick. That is. Yeah. I forgot that. Yep, it is summoning sick. Okay, so now we have. We're just trying to trade damage for damage. Sure, I guess that makes sense. Because you're trying to like engineer the game so you can get like a single hit with a Dreadnought. And there's Plowshares. Are you fighting over this? I can't imagine you fight over this. Yeah. And we're just getting into the Morsey stage of this game. We're just like, Sam has more cards in library somehow, despite casting more draw spells and digging more.
Yeah.
And that's just not going to change.
No. This is not a game I'd be playing if I were in Alex's spot, but I hope he wins and proves us all wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how that happens, but
you have to resolve like multiple Dreadnoughts and
well, yeah.
Hope that none of them, like one of them hits.
Like, the thought experiment is this, right? Imagine you could, like, demonic tutor to get just like build your perfect 7.
Right.
What are those cards?
A lot of Gush and Flash of Insight, some counter spells.
Because you need to like cast more than 7 cards on a turn in order to get to that position. Thinking really hard about 3 islands. I really love shuffling here because shuffling allows me to put that Flash of Insight from the third from the bottom to another position in my library.
True. We are on camera.
I thought you could hear what I was saying. I was like,
Not really.
We can hear somewhat, but have fun in the bathroom.
Legalized chain lightning, says Wheeler.
How many people do we have watching?
We have, well, right now we have, how many people are in chat? We can say how many people are in chat. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people in chat.
Nice, it's getting hyped.
One of them is me. But
one of them's my mom.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, I'm not kidding.
You're saying your mom would not watch you on if you top 8 in a Magic tournament?
I don't know. She probably would, but I wouldn't want to do that to her.
My parents have very little respect for me playing Magic, and
damn.
they did not encourage me in high school to do anything with Magic.
That's lame. It's so good for you.
Yeah, it's been good for me. This last couple years, especially the communities we found around pre-modern and Cube have been really good for me. So we just haven't. I mean, maybe Alex just really likes splitting Fact or Fiction piles. I mean, I know I do. I find it really interesting. I feel I get like a good like dopamine hit every time I feel like I've split a good file and really made my opponent think about it and then just lose anyway. But
the awkward part is you probably thought about it more than like trying to make the pile. But
I mean that's how Fact or Fiction is. It's a skill testing card for your opponent. Like if you cast Fact or Fiction, your opponent can screw it up, but you can't.
Yeah. Oof.
What? Oh, I mean, makes sense.
That's surprising.
Putting Gaia's Blessing in a pile, you have to always put Gaia's Blessing in a 3 pile because binning it is so good for Sam. And oh, wait, are we supposed to get a guy's blessing trigger here? Do you want me to fix this?
I guess so. Yeah. Because it's from the intuition. Yeah. Fred's going over to tell them that they gotta shuffle. Does it not shuffle?
Okay, just some ambiguity there. Sam is responding to the guy's blessing trigger.
Okay.
Did you see what Sam intuition for?
No, actually. I was not paying attention. I thought I saw some kind of like lands, but that doesn't sound right.
Trigger is on the stack. It's in response, so you can demonic tutor on abeyance and have them in the deck. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's just to put abeyance in hand, and then yeah, that makes sense. So the intuition was for 3 copies of abeyance.
Okay.
So that Sam could have a copy of abeyance in hand. That makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Another land.
Man, I really wish he wasn't my ride home.
Could walk. It could be faster.
Yeah, honestly.
I think it's kind of likely that this game goes to like just Alex drawing all the cards in their library.
That's a very easy default for Sam to take.
Gushing here. This feels like a go turn. You've got Stifle, Vision Charm, just every piece of interaction.
Drawing Flash and Gush there is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, if there was a time to send it here, show us why Dreadnought's the best deck in the format. There it is. 1 mana floating.
I mean, he just has like double swords and Wrath of God. I don't see how Dreadnought's gonna get him there, but
Vision Charm goes a long way.
yeah, we'll see.
We're seeing Dreadnought resolve, stifling the trigger.
You put them in the pizza, preferably without less.
Not yet.
Yeah, no cardboard, no plastic. You put it in the oven. I think the prohibition.
Okay, so this Dreadnought is sitting in play. And now we're gonna go for plot number 1.
Probably similar.
Yeah, this Nether Spirit is just never gonna kill Alex.
Halfway through that timer, come by and give it a twirl.
Responding with Vision Charm. Plot number 2.
Awesome. Thank you.
Let's see.
Another thing that matters here is just how many Stifles and Vision Charms are left in Alex's deck.
Yeah.
Vision Charm number 2. I think that the think there was just like I think a decision around whether there's we're going to try and go for another Dreadnought in this game.
Well, that's sick and wrong. Don't do that.
Abeyance on the stack, targeting Alex here.
It's so funny that you're such a nice guy. You're never gonna tell me that. I wish I was at home spending time with my
I
wife.
agree. There's just more answers to Dreadnought between counterspells and plowshares. So, and then yep, Gush Mirror, some Gush Mirror action happening here, and Sam still has a scroll rack to resolve too. So just like it doesn't matter that you have 7 cards in hand because Sam's deck can look at more than 7. And there's Factor Fiction with the other floating mana.
Perfect. Listen,
Personal preference at that point.
thank you. I needed that guide. I'm not gonna lie.
I have had so many people run around with just a hot pretzel.
Blessing, Intuition, 3 lands.
Set timer for 9 minutes.
Samsung does a wonderful job of mitigating the downside of intuition. Like intuition can be a demonic tutor at the cost of putting additional copies of the card that you want into your graveyard. But if you're just gonna shuffle those back in, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It just becomes instant speed demonic tutor. So Abeyance is still the top card on the stack here.
I'm surprised we only see
Oh, yeah,
one.
foil. No,
one-
wait, sorry, a foil.
One deep analysis in his deck is surprising. Would kind of expect there to be more flashback stuff like that, but it looks like he's only got the one intuition then too, huh? So I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. But there's more on the side.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So we'll get to sideboarding here. Hopefully pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, he's foiling the Abeyance, and Sam is gushing. It looks like, and then gonna rack all his stuff.
Let's see. Who's going to be the other? Do we know who the other player in the finals is going to be? Oh wait. Yeah. Spice Racket is not going to tell us this.
What was the? Who's playing who?
Well, we just can't tell from. We won't be able to tell from the standings on Spice Rack anymore because we've manually paired the top 8. Abeyance number 2.
What's he got? 15 in hand. Something silly.
12. It's obscene. And there's a gush. We're just gonna see both players just fire off. This is the unload your magazine type turn.
Except Sam's magazine is never fully unloaded.
All right. Yep. This is the. I don't know if I like firearm metaphors that much, but kind of a Gatling gun of.
Okay, flash and response, very reasonable.
Yep. Yeah. You're just digging. You're just digging to find more pieces that matter here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's what, like 13 or 14 cards left in library.
Daze is actually going to become relevant soon here.
Yeah, I mean, only 2 mana left untapped for Sam.
Kind of hilarious given that it's turn whatever. Oops.
Untimed rounds. I'm honestly bizarrely tempted by that Daze.
Right.
Like you said, just like another piece of free interaction. But the question is, I can imagine that Sam Black would be the person to play around. And now the hard part. How do you stack this?
So he's got double Daze.
I mean, okay, so the islands go to the bottom, and the Daze is, okay, Daze is on the bottom of the library. I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. Those are just non-cards. They don't pay for anything.
Okay, so does Alex have enough to beat double foil here?
And there's a counterspell.
I will win this game. I swear to God, I'm going to do it.
There's one foil. Starting deep.
Foil Fishing Island Deep Analysis.
Pretty good.
Let's do the card advantage math on that one. How many cards does that cost? Okay, keeping the deep analysis in hand could be relevant. You could actually just force Alex to draw 4 cards.
That's funny too. Yeah, his deck has like what, 15 cards or something.
Fewer. I think it's like 13. It's like 13 right now.
Yeah.
12 or 13. So that, especially once you start stacking the bottom of the deck with Flash of Insight.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm guessing that Alex is trying to end this game before we get to the bottom, like the true bottom of the deck.
Okay.
And there's another foil. And we're just seeing foil battles here.
So Sam had triple foil.
It's pretty epic, honestly.
Yeah.
Usually this is what you kind of see in the. You can kind of end up seeing this in the Dreadnought mirror, but it's just like both players. 7 cards is not enough. It's wild.
And here we see Alex only has a days left.
Yep. It's Daze, Stifle, Island, and
Yeah, he's just gonna like make him pay mana, I guess. I don't know.
fire it off. Deciding whether to fetch or. Ooh. Yeah. Just tapping.
Scoop it up.
Alright, now the hard part, resolving this stack. Sam draws a card. Sam draws a card. Oh no, that gets countered.
Yeah.
Then,
We have an hour drive, okay?
and now since, yep, and then we have foil to counter the last Vision Charm, and then we have Swords Plowshares Resolve.
Interesting.
Back to 30.
Another spirit, do your thing. 15 turns. Yeah, they're laughing.
This has been a crazy game 1. I mean, I think where we're gonna end up here is just like the Dreadnought. Most of the Dreadnought players' deck is just in exile, except for basic islands and Dreadnoughts,
Yeah.
or the one Dreadnoughts in the graveyard.
Man, at this point, he has to know.
Sam down to 4 cards in hand. Notably.
Yeah, he has 3. He has 1 Dreadnought left in his deck.
Yep. But the question is, are there any more Stifles or Vision Charms?
It's still game 1.
We see multiple Vision Charms in the grave right now. And he has a Stifle in his hand.
Yeah, so there's at least one more piece of interaction.
Island there is awful. Yeah.
Brutal, brutal, brutal. And Sam's just going to fire off Fact or Fiction, and this is a true end of turn Fact or Fiction, you lose type scenario. Yeah, and what do you even do here, right?
Probably put
Blessing
Blessing with Wrath.
Wrath, Sabo's Web Island.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't Sam just take? Yeah, we're done.
All right. I am going to take a bathroom break, but I'll be right back.
Yeah. Folks, we will be right back to talk about the sideboarding. All right, Fritzhoffen back here. Hey guys. If there's only one thing I like more than movie expertise, it's magic expertise, and we're getting a lot of that here actually in this semifinal match. Taking a look at the sideboards. Sam with sideboard of a null, chain of vapor. Oh no, sorry, I'm getting this all wrong. Let's start on the Sam side. Welcome back, Sam. Going to the sideboard. Let's start on Sam's side. I'm seeing 3 copies of Aura of Silence. Seems quite strong against the primary Dreadnought plan. Also against Parallax Tide, if that becomes a post-board plan.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Additional copies of Deep Analysis.
Definitely like those. Definitely like those.
How about Library of Lang? Library of Lang gives you no maximum hand size.
Yeah, that seems really strong.
And then if an effect forces you to discard, you can discard the top of your library instead of your graveyard.
I don't actually know that he's going to bring in auras, especially if he's bringing in meddling mages.
Sure, I think mages do come in here. Yeah, you do want just to name Dreadnought with meddling mage.
Or Stifle, because it works for the Dreadnought plan and the Parallax Tide plan.
True, the Chain of Vapor also works for the Tide plan. Right. Yeah, I think you just choose which of those you care about with the meddling mage, and then you just let the ancillary cards go.
Depends on what the context of his hand is.
Yeah. I think Aura is good. I think Aura is good enough on both sides of whatever Alex's plan is that having access to it's going to be relevant here.
Yeah.
There's nothing really else. So for those of you just joining, I'll update this. Sam won game 1 in a pretty decisive fashion.
Yeah, very fast game. Ended on turn 3. There's no questions asked.
Right. It definitely didn't end on turn 3, but it did end well in advance of the actual termination of the game. And we're getting directly into the games here.
All right, got Plains Pass. Tithe notably not as good on the draw. Or
on the play.
On the play, sorry.
Yeah, and also I think Tithe also just not very good in this matchup in general.
Sure.
Because the Dreadnought deck, your operating mana is 2 mana. Like you get island in play, and now you have lands enough to function for the game. You have the opportunity to play around Tithe if that matters.
That's fair, yeah. Likely boarded some of those out then.
But Sam just casting a meddling mage here.
We're
going to see, if you remember the 2/2 beatdown from last game. And holy cow! All right, so we got
brutal
foil pitching Dreadnought.
Yeah, that's wild. And no second land. Tough.
And there's just another meddling mage waiting in the wings.
Yeah, tough.
And what's that going to name? Well, we'll see first if it resolves. Yeah, there's no way that Alex ended up casting another foil here. Yeah, that foil is brutal.
I'm sure the chat would like to know that there are $5 money matches going on in the background.
Yep. These players, these are degenerates. They can't get enough.
With alcohol involved, yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
What's a small dollar money match if there aren't intoxicants at the table?
True. Okay, so he named, what is that? Chain of Vapor. Okay.
Chain of Vapor. That makes sense. This is the equivalent. This is the blue mirror equivalent of naming Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah. No second land still.
Intuition. Are you just gonna? And there's a Library of Lang.
Triple Deep Analysis.
Oh
yeah, disgusting.
Oh baby. My intuition is a draw 6.
Yep.
A draw 8. Jesus.
Or draw 8. Yeah, because you get the hard cast on the first one if you want. Yeah, I don't know. Sam's deck does.
We're going deep. We're going deep here.
this one. Could be over pretty quickly here.
Yeah, and last game one, you were talking about how, Alex should maybe consider countering
Card draw.
card draw. Well, ample opportunity to do that in this game.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's gonna play out all that well.
I don't think he could have countered it.
No, not in this game.
Right.
No opportunity to. Alex just missing second land for a billion turns in a row, having to go to discard here, which is brutal.
To be fair, like if he didn't foil, he would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just them turn 2 meddling mage just puts Alex in a horrible spot. So, just discarding a null, like the one card you can cast in hand, just go hitting the bin here. It really is second land or bust.
Right. I think it's past the point.
And
now.
here's Abeyance.
Abeyance isn't super scary here. I mean, it's going to cycle, and he'll get to resolve with Deep Analysis if he wants.
He'll get to resolve Aura of Silence.
Okay.
And I think that just locks things out here. Oh, but there's an option here to misdirection and pitch. I didn't see what card was pitched there, but
it was Gush.
misdirection. So Sam Sam can't cast any spells or activate abilities. And we'll just pass back to Alex, and this is land. Okay, next best thing. It's important.
Yep. Interesting. If Sam had a counter, maybe he would use it there.
Okay, so there's a Dreadnought in this. Is that 2 islands?
Chain of Vapor
The
Island.
Chain of Vapor Island.
I think.
Yeah, you take this island. You desperately need this island, and you just stack Island Dreadnought Chain.
Yeah. It could be worse, for sure.
It's hitting a land there is exactly what you need here, but what you don't need is your opponent casting Fact or Fiction.
Into 5 spells and yeah.
Yeah, this is. Do you split these auras? I think you absolutely do. Yeah, the other cards don't really matter, right?
Well, Aura's kind of redundant. He can only play so many of them.
Right. So maybe if you split 2 auras and the other cards.
You can't put Gush with Sabo's Web. That's all I know.
You can't put Gush with Sabo's Web?
I don't think so. Maybe, but
I don't know. I don't know how much you care about Sabo's here. Maybe it just represents too many card draws, but then again, Sam just has infinite card draws. Yeah. This is the most. Again, when in doubt, I think making your opponent's FOF piles as asymmetric as possible is generally the best call.
interesting.
Just make it so there's a real choice.
Yeah.
It's like in chess. Like when you're playing chess, like when you generate asymmetries in the position by proposing certain kinds of exchanges or by creating certain kinds of pawn structures. It's the same kind of principle applies, where it's like, if I can create choices in which my opponent, or create situations where my opponent can make the wrong choice, that allows me to get an advantage. And here just Dreadnought plan is really tough to execute here.
Oh, he can't spend 5 mana.
You can't spend 5 mana. You're not going to get to 6 mana before this meddling mage kills you. And this is a really tough spot for Alex. Alex at 10. It's just Sam just drowning Alex in resources.
It's unfortunate because he's not going to concede in top 4 or whatever this is.
Right, and you shouldn't. I don't think you should concede this game. It's just going to be tough. I think there's just I don't know if there's a way back into this game.
No, I don't think so. No, the deep analyses are going to be brutal. So many cards. All your counter spells become very bad when your opponent is ahead of you on cards. And triple aura. This will be over soon, I hope.
Yeah, just face up disenchants, plus you can't ever cast your cat. You're not even casting that Dreadnought in the first place.
Right.
Alex's plan can't be to hit the next 5 land drops.
And what you said about it being good against both plans with the enchantment, Parallax Tide as well, is also coming up here. He doesn't even have that as an out. Oh, we got a 3rd land. Does Sam even cast anything here? Yeah, deep analysis.
Analysis, target Sam.
You take 3 off that?
Yeah, you pay 3 life to flash it back.
I thought it was 2.
Oh man, if there only were 2. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Got to go through the line of drunk money matches, concede, save brain power. For some people, that's their preference. I think it'd be my preference in this situation. I can't speak for Alex, but
There's also something...
Would be scared. Would be terrified to play against Alex as a money match opponent, though.
Oh, yeah. There's something to be said about playing this out so that he can learn more.
100%. Yeah, I mean, I think feeling like you're, can be more prepared for this deck, and also understanding like what are the dynamics, pre and post sideboard.
Yeah.
How does Sam's deck actually get ahead and win? And there's a 3rd meddling mage.
What do we name it on this one?
I think I mean, let's see if it resolves first. I think it's going to depend on whether it resolves, right? Yeah, you just have to counter it. Otherwise you just have no you have no time.
Yeah. Your 4-turn clock is a 2-turn clock. No.
Yeah, there's an island. Kind of pass. And again, the issue is just because of all these Aura of Silences, Alex just can't deploy. And there's a blessing. And presumably those meddling mages are going back in the deck.
Yeah, finding the green source.
Mage, blessing mage. Yep.
Not good. Finding the green source is exactly what Sam was looking for.
Yeah, it's interesting. This deck only has 6 green sources.
How many of the Riths thing is he on?
2 Trevor's Runes.
Ruins, okay.
2 Trevor's Runes, 4 Mox Diamond are the green sources.
That's not that many, but only has the 3 green cards in the first place. Just
right.
good enough.
And also, with Guy's Blessing, you can do other stuff to make that all work.
Yeah. Yeah, cool deck for sure.
Yeah, really precisely built. That's really what I think it'd come down to. And clearly very powerful.
So we had a flash of insights. Portent.
Noah's chatting as me.
Nice.
The drunk money matching would be awesome, but we literally have to leave Delta the moment that we have a winner. Yeah, and I totally agree with this. Yep. We're already past the closing time of this brewery, and we love Delta, and they host us and make this all possible. However, it is 7 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And some of us work in the morning.
Yep.
And there's a draw step. There's a swing. And there's an impulse.
This is instead, I'm just trying to question device.
And there's taking a gush. That's a draw step. Island is actually pretty good. Island is kind of what you want there.
Yeah, definitely. Isn't going to be enough by any stretch.
Yeah, I don't know how you deal with these Aura of Silences. You can't chain a vapor them. You can't, there isn't a meaningful way of interacting with them. They just represent a permanent, double stone rain. And it was gush, tithe, double plow, island. Horrifying. Yeah, sure. And Sam will just take the card that represents 4 cards.
Really was rooting for Stifle because that's what I played in the tournament, but obviously this is not going to work out for Alex this game. Even if he demonic tutors his whole deck,
True.
I think if he had his whole deck in his hand, he would still lose.
Yeah, because you just can't make enough land drops.
Yeah.
I mean, just certainly from this spot. Yeah, imagine if we had more burn players in the top 8. We could be out of here.
Right. The burn players eliminated themselves in Swiss. I think one of them was kind of close to making it, but didn't quite.
Yep. We gotta get our burn pilot, our burn masters in here. Burn masters. A friend of mine is in chat who won an event last year with Burn, but
Yeah, 2 more land drops and Alex can get a shrimp sorted. Exactly.
I think the Sam's deck not having win cons bit is a little bit overstated.
I mean, here we're seeing Meddling Mage kill him.
Yeah, Meddling Mage is just performing beat down here, and that's something that you want can match up contextually, because you need to decide like your role in every matchup, and that's a lot of that's decided post sideboard.
Yeah.
So Meddling Mage obviously good here for other reasons, in that it's actually kind of tough to interact with a Meddling Mage from the Dreadnought side,
Right.
especially since Alex's sideboard configuration does not play any copies of Essence Flare. Are you familiar with Essence Flare?
Yeah. Sam showed me that one last night.
Yeah, I think that would also be something where you might not know that Sam is going to board into a Meddling Mage beatdown deck.
Yeah, I don't know. Thanks, Demir.
Snapping a photo of the commentary booth. So, running on Library of Lang. This is a classic. I love this
He
card.
did board it in. Let's go.
Yeah, I saw it when he was shuffling through. I think there's a revised copy.
Looks like it.
Oh. Great card.
Yeah. I actually am very, very close to playing that in my CEDH deck.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Does it have a new border printing?
No.
Which I think you're right.
They have black border versions of it, but none of them are new.
Right, they're like you can get FBB or you get Alpha Beta.
Yeah.
But I think Library of Lang has just not been printed, which is kind of wild. Because I know I got this with I got this in a collection when I first got into Magic, like the year after a coworker of my dad's gave me a bunch of gave me a bunch of cards from like ABUR and up to Legends.
Yeah.
So I had a night I just had like 2 volcanic islands by the time I was like 2 years into playing Magic, and that really got me hooked on old cards too. Like I would not be playing pre-modern if I didn't have that collection, because it would just be like, wait, what are all these cards? What does Mersane do? Like what are all these like horrible, unplayable cards?
Yeah.
And I think we're just gonna see like a final turn of the game here, and
There's the handshake.
there's the handshake. So very thoroughly played by both players, and I think Alex navigated to the extent on trying to find spots there, but there's just a lot of resistance offered by Sam's deck against the Dreadnought combo.
I believe he's supposed to interact with Gush in the first game. I could be wrong, but in the second game, he definitely just didn't draw a second land, and that was that.
Missing the land drop there was just brutal. After you're just forced to go after that Meddling Mage.